I came here for love. Someone to hold me down. I came here. Come on. I want you to reach out. Come on, y'all. Listen, I am back for us to talk about Love Island USA Season 7. Okay. Whew, y'all, let me go ahead and get my players up on the screen, honey. So, first of all, I did upload a short. All right. I'm gonna try to do my best to give you guys shorts throughout the episode as I'm watching if I can. Um Before we may go live or something like that. I did get a chance to go live on TikTok and that was really fun. We had a great time over there. And so much to talk about. So first of all, y'all, it's 9 o'clock. Okay. I'm watching the clock very closely as the clock strikes 9 p.m. Ready. Baby, when I say y'all, it probably was a good 40 minutes before it actually showed up in my app. Talking about refreshing, logging out, okay, logging back in, closing out the app. What's going on? Going to Twitter. Okay, whew, it's not just me, right? And somebody said something in my comments that was interesting. They said, I think Peacock may have done that to get it trending on Twitter. And they could be right. But my thing was this too. I kind of felt like, but why would they need to do that when Love Island is that girl? Okay. And it's even the audience has grown so massively since last year. They really don't need to do that. Okay. We've been talking about it all last week when they weren't releasing the photos because they usually release the cast like a week to 2 weeks before. But you know what? Now that the information has come out about the cast, well, not all the cast, but some of the cast, I feel like they were trying to be strategic, just a little piece as to why they did not release that. But they know the people was gonna dig either way. Either we were gonna find the information out before they, aired the first episode, or we was gonna find it out in the first week. The people was gonna find out. All right. So for the people that's watching it, don't get into Love Island. This is a great time for you to get started. The first episode just dropped last night. They said it was going to be 2 hours long, but it ended up being 1 hour and 43 minutes, girl. Yes, I am counting because y'all ain't got no commercials. So what's up? Y'all definitely cheated us out of 17 minutes, but it's okay. It's okay. We gonna let y'all ride, okay? Y'all actually cheated us out a full hour, if you ask me, because technically y'all was late as hell coming to the screen. Okay, yes, y'all were. Y'all was late as hell getting the video uploaded, and then y'all cheated us 17 minutes of the actual episode. Okay, so I do have a bone to pick with somebody over there. But go ahead and get into it because it's good. First episode, people coming out swinging right out the gate, y'all. I don't even got my notes up. Let me go ahead and get that up. Um, but if you have not been watching, it's over there on Peacock. Slide over. It's gonna be on every day, except for maybe I'm gonna say 2 days out the week, because I don't really count After Sun that comes on Saturdays as an episode. After Sun is really like a recap of the week. They may sit down with the islanders that got booted off the island. They may sit down with some old heads that have been through Love Island and just chit chat and get their thoughts about the season and different stuff. That's what they do on After Sun, and After Sun is typically on Saturdays, right? Now, usually on Wednesdays are the days that we don't get an episode, but I don't know if it's going to be Mondays that we don't get an episode, because with it starting on Tuesday, we're going to get an episode every day up until Monday, from my understanding of next week. So if that's what they want to give us, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them switching it to Monday nights that we don't get an episode, baby. So, because ain't nothing like getting Love Island and then in the middle of the week, you get that break. Like, I'd be like, girl, what? No, just go ahead and just give me that Monday night off. Okay. And then let me finish up the rest. But anywho, we got our players on the screen. Okay. Oh, yeah. Just real quick. Let me get into this before we for the people that don't know. The players, as you see on the screen, we have Huda. I'm probably gonna miss her name, but saying Huda because it just sounds better. But it's Huda, Ace, Shelly, Jeremiah, Bella. You have Olandria, Nicholas, Taylor, Yulissa, who we are also referring to as You Leaving. Shout out to TikTok, and Austin. All right, so those are all of the contestants that we have at this particular time. Now, some tea that came out about Austin is the fact that Austin has been reposting things that have been related to his political beliefs and how he feels about the LGBTQIA community, and people have not necessarily been feeling him. Okay, they ain't been featuring him. So that came out. Then you have Yulissa T, You Leaving. Her tea came out that her political beliefs and whoever she supports. But more so, the problem is, right? Because I mean, the political thing is really like shoulder shrug just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's more so what she said in the interview. She did she was on a podcast, y'all, and she kept using the N word. If you want to see it, go to my TikTok. I got it on one of those videos. She kept using the N word. She used the N word 3 times in 6 seconds. And also, she's Cuban, and I can't remember what her dad is, right? But from my understanding, she ain't black and nothing like that. But that's what she used. She says it so proudly. So we already knew who she was gonna go after, what she was gonna be into, interested in, and all of that, right? Okay. Cool. So also, if y'all can make sure you guys like up the video as you come in, I will be highly appreciative of that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Can I say this at the top of the episode? Y'all know they give us this whole little introducing of the people where they're dancing around and doing their little performance. I actually don't like the song that they have. Okay, just the way you make me feel, or whatever. I don't really like that. I love the one from last year. Okay, I came here for love. Can we just keep that one going? Like, let's not change it up, please. Let's just stick with that. Okay? That's iconic. Olandria and Shelly walk in together. Looking as good as they want to look. Okay, the goddesses. Okay, they walk in looking amazing. We learned that Shelly is from New York, I guess by way of Florida or something like that. And she's a day trader. And she also dates men and women. Okay? She's not one over the other for her. Olandria is from Bama, like me. Okay, she went to a HBCU, like me. Okay, she went to Tuskegee University. She also works in the elevator and escalator industry. All right, she says that she likes a man that likes to use his hands. Okay, fix things, make things, whatever the case. And she just may find that in the person that she's coupled up with. Right. What else? She talks about her mom. About her mom was like, if you gotta kiss somebody, like, girl, you better get in there, you better kiss them down, you better do what you need to do, you better not be up here embarrassing me. I know that much. I said, come on, mama. Come on. Y'all know what I loved about this episode was no code switching. I feel like the ladies spoke in their natural voices, especially Olandria. And even when we got Taylor, when he walked out, he was just being himself. And I like that. Just be yourself. Whatever way you talk, whether it's country, whatever it is, do that. Do what's normal and natural to you. Absolutely love it. Huda walks in looking absolutely gorgeous. Okay, Huda looks like she is short as hell, even with her heels on. The girls was taller than her. I said, dang, Huda, super cute. She's a fitness coach. Huda lets everybody know that she is a mom. Well, not everybody. She only let those 2 girls know. Shelly and Olandria at this time are the only ones that know that she has a child. I appreciate her coming out, letting us know that, because that was some tea that came out, right? Where the people were saying, oh, Huda has a child. Huda has a child. I'm like, I don't care. Some of these men may have babies, but they just don't tell us. Like, who cares? Like, let the lady have her child, right? And then the other thing was Jeremiah, y'all. Girl, some girl came out trying to expose Jeremiah, saying that, she had just talked to him like that very week that he got ready to go to Love Island, and he didn't tell her that he was going. So they were supposed to be dating. But then she came back and said that she was being a bit dramatic. But they have hung out a couple of times, and they did like each other. So I don't know what's what. But okay, girl. So anywho, that's that. All right. We learned that Huda has been single for about 4 years, and that's since she had her daughter. So my understanding is that her daughter is about 4 years of age. All right. So that's that. She let the girls know that she's a mommy. Everybody's happy for her. She tells them, like, hey, listen, though, like, I am, a mama, but I don't want nobody telling my tea. I want to be the one to let the guys know I got a child. So if y'all could just hold what y'all got, I highly appreciate it. That's what she says. Okay. So then we meet Bella and Yulissa, also known as Yulissa. So they show up. Bella is absolutely gorgeous. Okay. She's gorgeous as well. I think they did a great job with picking the ladies. The guys, okay. Why do they do that? I feel like they always pick just okay guys, right? Or maybe 1 or 2 of them were like cute. But anywho, and not that all of them are bad looking. I'm not saying that, but they're not like, oh wow, like nothing for nobody to really fight over, but whatever. So Bella's gorgeous. Bella didn't tell us what she does, but I believe that she may have said it in one of their like other preview videos on Instagram where she works out of her family's coffee shop. She's from Hawaii as well, so that's that. Yulissa says that y'all get this. Yulissa said she was in a 9-year relationship, ain't get no ring out the deal, definitely got cheated on. He left her ass for a whole nother woman. And then she said she met the man when she was like 16 years old. She over there cooking, cleaning, doing all kind of stuff. I said, not you over there doing wifey things at the age of 16. It's crazy. Where your parents at? Where is your mama? Okay? Where is she? So that's what she got going on. And then Huda's short too. I mean, not Huda, but Yulissa. They're both short as hell. I'm like, oh, these girls are short. Anywho, Ariana shows up. She surprises the ladies. The ladies over there getting to know each other and stuff. Olandria, we learn more. She's been single for 5 years. It feels like she's overhealed. Was it Olandria? I think it was Olandria that said it. It could have been Shelly. I think it was Olandria. Y'all correct me in the comments. But she said that she felt like she overhealed because she could be at a place where she'll cut people off like real quick. Like, you gotta go. Like, I'm good. I'm cool. And I don't think they're wrong with overhealing. If that's the case, get these people up out your face, okay? So you leave and says that she's been single for a year and a half and she lost her ex to, somebody else. And I don't know, after 9 years dating, it's been a year and a half. I mean, she might be ready to get in a serious relationship potentially. I don't know. I feel like if that was a guy that was with somebody for 9 years and now all of a sudden he's, a year, he's only been broken up for a year and a half and he's out here trying to date, I think we'll be side-eyeing the hell out of him. But maybe she's ready. I don't know. We shall see. Bella says that she's only been in one relationship, but that guy didn't want her. So we'll have to see how that's gonna play out. She says she's an old soul, so we'll see. Huda wants somebody that's in the gym similar to her, so that's cool. Then we get the boys to walk in. Baby, when they had the two boys walk in, Ace and Nicholas, to me, Ace and Nicholas are the cutest guys of the show. However, I'm gonna tell y'all this. If there was a vote on who would win based off looks or whatever right now, I guarantee y'all it would be Jeremiah and Huda. Because if you go into the Love Island USA app and just look at the app and look at how people are voting, like they are like ranked at the top. Like when it came to one of the questions last night was like, I guess like the best looking guy or whatever, and Jeremiah was at the top. Huda was at the top. I'm like, okay, I get it. Okay, just a little piece. All right, the people are definitely feeling Huda and love and Jeremiah, and I feel like right now they're at the top. So just why I feel like when you look at that, you can kind of gauge, and I could be wrong. I feel like when you look at how people are voting, you can kind of gauge who probably gonna win by the middle of the season or something, right? But the people are loving those two individuals, Huda and Jeremiah. Ace, super cute. Ace has a beautiful smile. Beautiful smile. Nicholas is cute. I want him to let his hair grow some more. Don't clip it, Nicholas. Like let it get a little more longer. And then what else you want to do, Nick, is let that beard grow in. Okay? When that beard grow in, you're gonna be tough. You're gonna be a tough something. So anywho, they look cute together. When Ace walks in, I already saw Yulissa. I already saw her plotting. I was like, oh baby, she feeling him right out the gate. And you know what I cringed about? And I know I'm gonna do my best not to compare to last season, but it really was the fact that they both had on whites. And I'm like, absolutely not. Because I know Cordell and old girl had on their green last year. Absolutely not. But you know what I do like? I feel like Ace ain't really feeling her for real, for real. I think Ace is there for the thrill, for the fun time and stuff, but he's not feeling her like that. But I feel like he would want to explore her a little bit, but nothing long term. That's my assumption. Like I said, Ace is cute, fun times, is what he's giving. Olandria tells Ace that he's a baby when she learns that he's 22. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Ace would have been at least 25. He gives older, like he's 22. Am I the only person that feels like he gives older than that? Yeah, he seemed like he's just older than. But anywho, so he didn't like the fact that Olandria said that he still got that breast milk on his mouth, baby. He was looking like he felt a way about it. But that's when what's his name? Nicholas was like, well, I'm 24, so I ain't got that breast milk on my mouth no more. Hilarious. Ace talking about the people, he's a lover man, but he said the people really feel like he a player. And I'm like, if that's what the people feel like, that's what you is. Okay, you give player vibes because you probably a friendly man and you stay in everybody's face, and that's gonna be a problem if you over there trying to get with my girl Shelly, baby. And I ain't gonna have that. I'm not gonna like that at all. Love, not at all. Um, Taylor walks in with his interesting swag. I want to say it's goofy so bad, but I feel like that's mean. So I can't think of a better or nicer word to say. So I'll just say he has interesting swag as he walks into the building. And it really does give little brother vibes to me. To me. Okay, Taylor. I think they was trying to go for a Cordell look when they got him for sure. But anywho, he's a rodeo competitor. He's giving little brother vibes, like I said. Taylor has the audacity to say that he don't like people that got ugly feet. And I feel you though, just a little bit. Okay, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? They got coins, but I mean, but sometimes people can't pick their feet. Okay, I don't know. All in all, what I want him to understand is when he had that sit down in that conversation with Olandria, what did we learn? We learned that a horse stepped on his foot, so he got a black toe. So I just feel like when you're walking around with a black toe, you can't dictate other folks' feet. Okay, because maybe when it comes to their feet, they didn't have a choice on how their feet look. Now, if you around here wearing small shoes, small heels, and stuff like that, you over there getting coins and bunions and all that. I don't know how to help you. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what to do for you in that. Okay, but some people just can't. You might meet an amazing girl that really fits all your boxes, but you over here talking about some feet, I guess. So, anywho, he over there talking about how he want a big booty, but he want one that ain't been with everybody. I'm like, Taylor, baby, I'm not even finna hold. Let me tell you, your requirements is too much for me. I feel like Taylor, what is you giving, Taylor? What are you giving to the women that you want? One with a big butt, but one that everybody ain't have. And who is everybody and how many is everybody that you referring to? And then you over here talking about feet. Taylor, you give vibes that you live with your mama. And you got the audacity. Huh? What's going on, Tay Tay? No. Okay. I'm like, what the hell? Austin and Jeremiah show up. All right. Austin talking about how he fall in love so easily. Do y'all believe Austin? I don't know. I don't know what to believe about him. Jeremiah does open up and let us know that he had a girlfriend for a year and a half and he did cheat on her. I feel like Jeremiah letting us know that probably in his head would make us think like, he's been, at least he was honest about it, right? Like at least he told the truth. Like, boy, fuck you. Okay, F you, Jeremiah. Baby, can we get to this coupling? Make sure y'all like up the video before we get to the coupling. Please and thank you. All right, because we got to, like, this was a good coupling. Okay, right out the first episode, they're making it way more interesting, okay? Because she was like, we're going to switch it up. We're going to do something different. We not going to have y'all just run up here and stand beside the person you want to be with. No, we're going to have you kiss the person in the mouth that you want to be with. Why they had to call my girl Shelly name first? Y'all, as much as Ariana pulled names from a bag, I feel like it was a scheme that production set up to come to us with the fun stuff. Okay? They did this extremely strategic because I feel like, you know how we as the audience are watching the show and we can kind of already get a gauge on who's going to choose who based on looks. Duh, producers got that too. They can already kind of tell. And it's been, rumored out there that Ace and Shelly had already knew each other because they saw them over there in each other's comments on social media. Well, what I like a lot, let me say this. What I really like is the tea that we found out beforehand is showing itself in the episode, right? I.e., Huda having a child. Boom, she exposed that right out the gate. This situation with these two knowing each other. When Ace walks up, he's like, whoa, I know you, right? I know you. Yeah, y'all know each other. She's like, oh my God, is this for real? Like, oh my God, like I know him. So they hug it out or whatever the case was, right? I was trying to get Yulissa's reaction because I know she was feeling him out the gate, but I couldn't really see. They didn't really show her facials on that. But I like the fact that those things are coming to the front. Now I don't know if Yulissa gonna slip up and use the N word 3 more times in 6 seconds, and that's gonna show up at a later time. I don't know if that's gonna happen. No, right? Or her political views, right? Because I feel like when you're dating, to some people that's very important, right? What your beliefs are, what side you stand on when it comes to politics and stuff. So I think that's important to know, right? But I love that. Like, yeah, if they talking about it over here, bring it to the front. And I would say Jeremiah too, because he came out the gate to let us know, like, oh yeah, I cheated on my girlfriend. Now, although we did not know that, what we did learn was that he was kicking it with another chick right before going into the villa. And she probably wasn't the only one. Maybe he was dating around and just calling everybody friends. Who knows, right? So I'm glad she wasn't dating him too deep. I'm glad it wasn't that serious based on the way how he got his ass in that villa and showed out with the person he chose. And we're going to get to that. Like, what? Girl, I'm so glad. Girl, you better be glad that y'all didn't go no further than where y'all were, because you really would have egg on your face right now. But I like that. Let's get the revealing going. So anywho, let's get to the couples. Okay. Now, as y'all come in, make sure y'all like up the video for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So Shelly kissed Austin and she kissed Ace. Knowing what we know about Austin a little bit, I was like, why the fuck would you go over there and kiss Austin? I'm like, are you okay? And I feel like even though she told Ace that she didn't think, she said she wasn't going to kiss him at first, right? I don't know if that was her way of playing hard to get, and she just had to be real with herself. I feel like she knew for a fact she was going to be kissing him, but she wanted to show him that the person she kissed was somebody he didn't have to worry about or something. Because I don't think Ace is bothered by Austin at all. So I feel like she was being real strategic when she did that. I also feel like what they didn't show us, that maybe the girls kind of already were chit-chatting about who they were interested in or something, possibly, right? And nobody was really bringing up Austin's name. So she went and kissed him, just like when it came down to choosing some of the girls, like Olandria. I think she wanted to kiss Ace, but out of respect for her fellow girls, she went to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's kind of what it was, knowing that she was interested in Ace, knowing that Shelly was interested in Ace the whole time. So anywho, boom, that happened. Huda goes and kiss who I think Huda went to go kiss Jeremiah, and I think she kissed Ace, right? I think it was Jeremiah and Ace is who she kissed. Not surprised. I could look at Huda and I could tell also that's her type. That's her type. And it's no disrespect, no shade, but most women that have their background like Yulissa and like Huda typically like black men. And if you are going to be a non-black man, you really gonna have to, primarily white child. If you're gonna be a white one, you just gotta have some type of, a little bit of piece of culture. Okay? Is what you're gonna need to have. So we can already kind of tell who they were going for. Now Bella comes and she allows Taylor and Nicholas to kiss her on her cheek. People was kind of dragging her because they like, girl, do you know what show you on? You need to take this shit to Love is Blind, not Love Island USA. Hollering. And I said, guys, y'all got to understand, she is 22 years old. She's like the youngest girl there. I think, you got some girls that's, they move quicker than her. But I think this is just new and she's still trying to take in the entire environment. But I will tell you this, though. Bella, baby, if you do not pick it up in the first week, you will be picking up your things as you're leaving the villa. Okay? That cute face will only save you but for so long, or you're going to have to get in there. All right? But I didn't mind it. I didn't mind her having them kiss her on the cheek at first. I get that, right? Cool. So then we get, let me say this. I loved how Shelly walked towards Jeremiah like she was going to kiss him. Did y'all see him take a step back? Did y'all see Jeremiah take a step back? You ain't have to do that. It was giving, don't touch me. Like it was somebody, I didn't like it. And I'm like, okay. I mean, let us know you don't like dark-skinned girls without saying you don't like dark-skinned girls. Like, okay. Okay, I mean, did anybody else catch what I caught? I was like, anyway, it's giving Kendall. It's something about him, y'all. I cannot put my finger. It's something about him that gives Kendall from last season. Hopefully he changes my mind. So Bella picks Nicholas out of all of that. I wasn't really expecting Bella to pick Nicholas. But I mean, she ain't really got a whole lot of options, and Austin really ain't giving like that. Like he may think that he is. So out of those two, I guess he would be the better option. But yeah. So Olandria, it seemed like she wanted Nick, but she ended up choosing Taylor. I think Olandria may have kissed Taylor and kissed Nick, I think. So Yulissa goes last, and then she does all of this extra walking, and I'm like, we already know where you're going. You're going right over there to Ace, so stop playing. Do what you gonna do. So she kisses Ace, and she goes over. I mean, she kissed the hell out of Ace. Cause she knew she had to lay it on him thick. She had to leave with that whole that sexualness or whatever. She had to give it to her. I mean, that's what the whole show was about, really. So she laid it on him thick. But baby, y'all know Huda had already linked up with Jeremiah. She putting her head all on him and stuff, holding hands. I'm like, have y'all souls met before? Because the way y'all locked in, the way y'all so locked in the beginning, I'm not even mad at it. I'm not. I just hope that it makes sense for them and it works out as it progresses, right? What do they call it? At first sight, love at first sight. That could potentially be their situation. But we shall see. But when you leaving walked over there to Jeremiah and thought that she was gonna be able to put her lips on him, that man said, "I'll kiss you on the cheek." Ooh, 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 ooh. That man was showing loyalty to Huda right out the gate. Right out the gate. I wish you would have gave that same respect to my girl Shelly when you thought she was gonna kiss you and stand your ass right there. Even though she wasn't. Cause you about ain't her type either. How about that? Okay. Anyway. So Ace kisses Ogre. Once Ace saw that the dude kissed her on the cheek, Ace immediately told himself, "Oh shit, I fucked up. Yeah, you did. I effed up. Yeah, you did." But I also feel like, I mean, he's playing the game like that's what everybody else typically does. Like, it's not really common for a person to kiss you on your cheek, right? That it's not really common. Now, some women, well, that's when they get further in the game. When they don't want to kiss a guy, they may kiss a woman or something like that. But initially, like, they gonna tone the person down. Like, that's what the whole show is about. So he didn't know. Even though you may feel like you effed up, you didn't necessarily know. But yeah, you kissed the hell out of that girl. And then also, can I say this? Don't act like, oh, I effed up when you know that's really what you wanted to do anyway. For real, for real. Like, stop playing. You came here to explore, right? That's what you keep saying. I want to get the full experience. Well, you got it. You're getting it. You did it, babes. Okay? That's what Serena said. You did it. So cut it out. And at the end of the day, you leaving was able to choose what she wanted, and she chose Ace. And Ace was not happy. Ace was like, he has a naturally big smile, so of course he's gonna have a big smile. But baby, the hand clap was giving it away. He was pissed. He like, dang, I just got old girl back. I'm about to lose her again. Ooh, well, y'all gonna be on the island for a little bit. And what was crazy was Shelly ends up going back to the guy by default that she ended up kissing first, which was Austin. And let me tell y'all this, because I don't want to forget. Shelly, you're gonna get on my nerves. But you know what? Let me say, it's the first day. It's the first day, first night. I get it. She did this on that night, the next night. Shelly, to me, I think, in my opinion, acts like she be unfazed by stuff. Like, no, it's no big deal. Like, I figured that's a sign or whatever. And then when she talked to Ace later about, the whole kissing or whatever. I mean, if you want to kiss that man, I'm like, okay, girl, at some point, we're going to need you to not act. We're going to need you to not act like that. Stop acting unfazed. At some point, we're going to want to see you, like, actually react. Go get what you want. Okay? But again, first, second day, she's getting used to this. She's getting used to it. What else we got? So, Taylor doesn't like, they talk about that he don't like feet or whatever like that. But Olandria is really feeling Taylor. She feels like when it comes to a guy, like he got exactly what it is she looking for and what she want. I was like, okay, girl, I guess. Austin and Shelly chatting it up. It's very awkward. I don't feel like they're into each other at all. Right? I don't think they have anything in common. I see them as a friendship couple if they wanted to keep each other safe on the island. That's what I see. But I don't see this actually being something like Austin tried to tell Shelly. Like, I don't see that. She asked him if the roles were reversed, who would you have kissed? This man said you and Bella. He's a U.S. lie, is what he is. He is a U.S. lie, is what he is. He would not have kissed her. He definitely would have kissed Bella. And being that he likes Bella's type, he would have kissed any other ones. And who's left? Bella, Yulissa, and Huta. And I'm trying to see Huta. Yeah. I feel like he would have kissed Huta. I mean, going off of beauty, out of those three, it's gonna be Bella and Huta, and I think he would have kissed those two. It definitely would not have been Shelly, even though Shelly's beautiful. He wouldn't have kissed her. Ace and you leaving. Whole time they talking, I'm rolling my eyes hard as hell. I'm rolling my eyes. She's talking about she thinks he's great. He's her type. But Ace is really like, I ain't feeling no spark. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ace is disappointed. Ace wants to be with Shelly. He's trying to see what's up with Shelly, period. Jeremiah and Huda over there vibing real hard. Real hard. You could tell she already falling for him. When Taylor come to interrupt to tell him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We got to separate. I got to, talk to my homeboy, whatever the case is. When she leaves, she tells this man, love you. And I don't know if y'all saw, but he said it back. And he said, oh, you almost had me saying, I'm like, no, you said that back to her. That's weird. She was that comfortable with this man talking about some love you? Ooh, what kind? Maybe it is love at first sight. Maybe they souls have met each other before. I don't know. This gonna be real interesting because the way Huda was over there telling that man, I'm not easy, miss, I love you. Girl, the first time you see him, she gonna be the crash out. She's going to be the crash out. When somebody else come into that villa and show some interest into that man and he shows a little piece of interest, she is going to show her. I really believe it. What else? So Shelly tells the girls about how she met Ace. And what is this invisible string theory? I said I was going to look that up. I think Huda brought that up. I'm like, what is this invisible string theory? So it says a belief system popular on social media like TikTok. They're saying it suggests people are connected by an invisible thread to their soulmate or person. This connection is believed to exist even before they meet, and that their paths are destined to intertwine at the right time. Oh, wow. That's crazy. One, I feel like Huda knows about that because she probably thinks she see that in Jeremiah. And two, that would be interesting if that was Ace and her. People were saying they were cringing at the age gap. But I feel like they be having age gaps like that all the time on this show. And I know we don't want to bring them up, but I am going to have to reference. I think Cordell and Serena got about the same age difference, right? Between them. I know he's younger than her. But although Ace is younger than Shelly, he does give an older vibe just a bit. So I just got to see more of his personality and see him more to see how he shows up because he could be giving childish too. Yulissa, girl, whatever. Okay. Ace tells the guys that he's still open. That's what he said. He says that him and you leave and talked about it. And that they still gonna be open. He told me he want to get the full experience. He want to get to know everybody. Jeremiah says that Huda is his favorite basket because the guys is like, dang, what's up with that kiss? Like you really locked in already. And he's like, yeah, like I really rock with her. Like we cool. They're like, you gonna put all your eggs in one basket? He's like, no, I'm not gonna put them all in one basket, but she's my favorite basket. And I'm like, how do you know she's your favorite if you haven't explored the others? How do you know? But then at the same time, it's like, dudes, I feel like y'all might slick be hating. For real, because y'all interested, Ace, in Huda. And you're going to need him to come up a little bit up off that and give her some breathing room so you can get to know her too. That's really what that was about. Child. Anyway. What else? So Jeremiah feels blessed to have someone as into him as he is into her. And he thinks the guys are pressed because basically they want to explore her. And Huda says that she hopes Jeremiah isn't just telling her stuff to get her in that way because she's not easy. She hopes she's not dealing with an F boy. I think that he can be both. He could be both. I think he does really like her, but when the time presents itself, I could see him showing his R's in Casa Amor. Showing his R's in Casa Amor. And if he doesn't show his R's in Casa Amor, which I truly can see him doing, I also can see him pulling a Kendall, y'all. Remember how last year Kendall was over there in Casa Amor trying to get everybody else to do the most? I could see him probably doing that too. So earlier on, because it's something about him that gives Kendall vibes. I don't know. Let's get to the next morning when Nicholas is over there talking to Ace about Yulissa and how she was staring him down and how she been warning him and whatever the case was. And I'm like, okay, you right. I'm glad you saw it, even though I couldn't see it all the way. I knew what it was. So Ace says that he doesn't want to be the dude that doesn't come in the villa and explore. So that's where it's kind of like, okay, Shelly, always stay open, love, because he has said it so many times already that he wants to explore and get the full experience. And that's what everybody does. They come there to get the full experience. I get that. But just keep your options open. That's all I'm gonna say. I want to see them coupled up. I want to see this actually grow into something, you know, but don't let him play you too hard. All right. What else? Nicholas, y'all, I was shook. I was shook when Nicholas said he was feeling Olandria because he couldn't get over that kiss that she gave him. I was like, ooh. Now listen, the people want him to be with Shelly. They want to see Nicholas and Shelly together. How y'all feel about Nicholas and Olandria? I would like to see it. I would like to see it. I'll see if I, see what it is. I was like, okay. I told y'all Nick had a little piece of culture in him. Nick had a little piece of swag when they was over there dancing in the little theme song and all of that, whatever they was doing. I was like, okay, I see it. I see the rhythm. Okay. Now, Austin tells Shelly that he really wants to give this a chance. He says that she isn't, no, she said he's not her usual type, but she's going to try it out and just see what it is. I don't see this going anywhere. It's just really giving a friendship couple until Ace gets it together and until it's the guy's time to pick who they want to be with. Okay? And I just need Ace to go ahead and make that claim when it's his time and just go ahead and say he want to get with Shelly. Just go ahead and say that. But I feel like also the producers may drag it out. We gonna see. We got a lot of days until next week, so we'll see how this gonna play out. So Huda and Jeremiah, they're over there making more soul ties and soul ties. And I don't know if y'all caught it, but Huda, baby, just tell the people what the hell going on. Because Huda really wants to let everybody know that she's a mom. Girl, just do it. Just do it. Because when she met with Olandria and Shelly, she's like, when do you guys think you'll be ready to start a family? She asked probing questions. So when they come back around and say, what about you? She can tell her truth. She gets up there with Jeremiah. She doing all this talking about you got roommates. She wanted to have the conversation about homes. All you had to say was you ain't got no damn roommate. You wanted to make sure you said, I have a 2-bedroom. A 2-bedroom? What you got a 2-bedroom for? What you doing with a 2-bedroom? And then I'm over here looking at him too, like, Jeremiah, why is this uncommon? Why is it? I mean, you ain't never met a woman that got 2 bedrooms? Even if it is just her? Maybe he just used to him having one or even having a loft or something like that. But, he was like, what you got that for? But again, she asked the question because she wanted him to ask her about it. Because you didn't have to tell him you had a 2-bedroom. You wanted to do that. So he's like, what you got that for? And she was like, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you a little later. This didn't even have to come up. If you ain't ready to talk about it, stop teetering around it. Okay? So he was like, okay, it's cool. Okay, we'll wait. Now, I do understand her saying, like, one, she don't let people meet her daughter, as you should not. And she also wants to make sure that they're fully invested in her, right, before she opens up and tell them that. But my thing is, I need her to she probably going to have to let the cat out the bag this week. Maybe next. Because in my opinion, I feel like the longer she holds on to this, it makes me feel like when they find out, it can come from an angle where, one, they're disappointed that you have a child because they don't, right? They may not like that. But because you withheld it for so long, they're going to try to put the label of liar on you, potentially. I don't know, potentially. And use that as a reason to get you out the house when really the real reason is the fact that you got a child, not so much as you being a liar. So I kind of want her to like go ahead and open up and just tell them that. And I'm like, one, you don't want one of the girls to blurt it out because I can already tell you leaving is with the mess. You leaving is one that'll expose your tea if she got it. Is what that's how I feel. I could be wrong, but you definitely don't want the producers to do it. If they were to play some sort of game and be like, one of these ladies are, has a child and you have to go and kiss the woman that you think is the one with the child. That's going to blow their mind right out the gate. Like, well, somebody got a child. Like, you don't want to produce, because the producer's going to be real messy. So I think you should, and you know what else? Maybe when she tells Jeremiah, that's going to be a defining point in their relationship because she feels safe enough to let him know that. And then his response is going to let her know just how safe she really is. Possibly. What else? So Ace pulls Shelly for a chat. And Ace says that he thinks it's fate for them to be there at the same time. And he asked her how she felt about the kiss. And she's like, oh, I think it's cool. Like, you want to kiss that man? Kiss that man. You want to do this? Do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Just downplaying stuff. He was like, yeah, nah, not with me. He was like, nah. He was like, don't kiss my girl. She was like, what? He was like, yeah, don't kiss you. I'll crash out about Shelly. I was like, oh my God. What? That's the energy she really need to have, but you're not her guy, though. And not you'll crash out about Shelly. I believe it, but I also feel like you are the player that people say that you are. You'll crash out about her because you don't want nobody, doing whatever to her, but you will be okay with doing all this and that. No. You could kiss Shelly and go kiss somebody else, but can't nobody else kiss Shelly. That's crazy. Okay. But Shelly was like, it's something there. It's something there between them. Like, y'all, the memes on Twitter was literally my reaction. The way the people was like screaming and stuff, like I love to see the chemistry right out the gate. And I feel like those two have it. I love seeing it. Now, some people are upset because they feel like the producers put both of them on the show knowing that they knew each other already. So people feel like that kind of gave them an advantage. However, this isn't something that's uncommon, right? They could have brought them on as like one be a bombshell, and it still would have been a person that they knew. Remember Marco? Him and Hannah just recently got engaged, and I never really cared for Hannah on the show, but people loved Hannah, and they ended up winning the show. And I really couldn't stand Marco, but the people loved him. They won, whatever. I think that was the year that I did not review. I think that was what, season 5. But anyway, they brought on his ex-girlfriend on the show. But he made it very clear that whatever this is not going to be that, like that's just something from the past. But he knew who she was. That was his ex. They sat down, they had a conversation, but it was nothing like that. I think he was still connected to Hannah, and that's what he rocked out with. That's who he's still with. So, I mean, just because they knew each other and they're on the show, I mean, don't mean that they're going to last. It just so happens that they actually got some type of connection. Like, we see some type of spark there. And I like it. I want to see it. I want to see where it could go. Ariana shows up. Shout out to her. And she asked the people how it's going, and that's when you leave and was like, oh, I feel like people aren't being their true selves. People aren't telling what's real. They're not being their true selves. And I said, girl, you would say that, huh? So now it's time for her to shake some things up. So she said, you guys get the opportunity to kiss on somebody that you may not have kissed, or somebody you didn't couple up with, whatever the case is, if you are interested in somebody else outside of your coupling. So they all link up. People raise their hands on who they wanted to kiss or whatever. Nick went over there to kiss Olandria, okay? But when it was Olandria turn to kiss somebody, this went over there and kissed Ace. I said, now what's going on? Ma'am, what is going on? Are you trying to take us back to Cash and Trina? What is this? Anywho, so she goes and kisses him. And then, of course, Shelly goes and kisses Ace. Ace gets up. He goes and kisses Shelly, and then takes his ass over there and kisses Huta. Girl, I said, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. Child, that was some messy there. Then we get the bombshells. The bombshells are alright, y'all. Watching it for the second time, they alright. But let me tell y'all, Charlie, when Charlie came in there to lay them kisses down, baby, Charlie, and I ain't never. If y'all know me and you watch my channel, girl, I don't be liking all this sloppy woppy. But let me tell you something, Charlie, baby, I don't be going up for the kisses like that. But Charlie was kissing the girls. And the way he was over there kissing the hell out of Shelly, I said, oh, Charlie. What's going on, Charlie? How you doing today? Okay, because Charlie was tonguing the ladies down. Sierra, she's okay. I don't really see Sierra turning anybody's head. I would like to see it, but I could definitely see Charlie coming in and picking up where Austin is. I could see Charlie being the reason Austin be kicked out. And I could also see Sierra leaving. Now, if Sierra does not leave, I can see Sierra potentially taking the place of Bella, possibly if Bella doesn't open up a bit more, right? And doing these kiss on the cheeks. And let me say that too. I like the fact that when Charlie came in, he was still respectful to Bella and her boundaries, and he kissed her on the cheek. I think after a while, Bella probably gonna get tired of getting kissed on the cheek. She gonna want to get in there. I would hope so. If not, y'all may be right. She is on the wrong show. Right? But how y'all feel about Sierra? She alright. But I think the ladies that's in the villa already, I think they're gorgeous. And yeah, no. I don't know. If I could see Bella possibly coming out of her shell once she see how much the bombshell is going to be all over Nick. She might have to give him a little something for her to, hang around. So she's going to have to plant that kiss on him to make him think she's more interested than what she is. I can see that. So this bombshell just might have Bella open up a little bit more. We shall see. We shall see. What? I pray Miss Long Torso with the waist leaves first. Like, let it be a girl dumping because she's going to end up annoying. What she's gonna end annoys me. At least Austin stays quiet and tells some lies. Who you talking about? You talking about Bella? Or you talking about you leaving? I don't find you leaving attractive. I think Sierra is gorgeous. I'm gonna look back at her and see. I don't think you leaving is unattractive. I think her actions are. I do. I don't think Sierra's unattractive either, actually. I don't think she's unattractive. But I do think that the ladies in the villa, the beauty is just, I think they're gorgeous. Huda's wary of scaring men off. I get it, but she's going about it the wrong way. That's some info you divulged from the start. She might want to go ahead and do that because it may play against her at a later time. And that's what you want, right? You want to just put everything out there on the table. Because ain't nothing like trying to get a person more invested in you. And a part of being invested in you, a part of that, you're not telling them about. And then when they react to you withholding that and then showing you their true feelings about how they feel about you having a child and your feelings hurt, when you could have just saved yourself a bit of the heartbreak by going ahead and, putting that information out there right out the gate. So hopefully we see her do that this week. Hopefully we see her do that this week. And let me also say this. I also could see, if she does that this week, I could see Jeremiah acting like everything is all good. Unless he really falls for her. Because some part of me does feel like, listen, I'm just here for a good time. So I don't care about you having a kid because your kid ain't here with us. Child, get it together. Get it together. Not black scammers. I'm hollering. It's about time we got some black scammers on Love Island. Why you say that? Because they knew each other. You leaving might be lying about her age. Oh, you know what? I did hear that too. I heard that she was not the age that she said. Okay, this is a hard looking 27. I've heard that too. And I understand her not initially saying anything, but a child is something that someone needs to know before the relationship even considers getting serious. Very true. Very true. I just don't want her to waste her time on somebody who would turn on her the second that information is exposed. And I pray she doesn't tell the big mouth character you leaving. Very true. She needs to go ahead and just say that this week, because everything can definitely play against her at a later time. I think she's prepping him so he isn't as shocked when she tells him, and so he can meet her halfway by guessing, and so she avoids the liar label, because then she begins dropping hints. You're probably right, because she definitely brings up conversations or ask certain questions that she know they're gonna turn around and ask her in an effort for her to share some stuff. But yeah, she need to go ahead and drop that bomb for sure. For sure. But y'all, if you're not watching it, definitely go and watch it, because the first episode out the gate is so messy. And I'm definitely going to watch it again today before tonight's episode. So that'll be my third time watching. I'm here for the drama. Love Island is like probably one of the best shows they got on Peacock. And then it comes on, like, the views that the show get is insane because of how much it comes on every night. Like, and then you get to be interactive and vote for it. Listen, shout out to whoever created this idea. Whoever created this idea for a show, this is reality TV. This is true reality TV. Shout out to y'all. Okay. But that's all I got, y'all. I just wanted to come chit chat with you guys about the show. So I'm going to try to come back to you guys tonight. Make sure you're subscribed. Definitely share the videos with your other Love Island lovers. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Notification bell is on. And when we get the episode tonight, I'm going to try to bring y'all a video or something if I don't bring no live or whatnot. But we're going to get into the episode because that's what we're going to do over here. But I thank you guys so much for being here. And please make sure that you're liking up the video, right? It lets YouTube know that you're enjoying this content, and others that enjoy this content as well can find this content. So definitely keep it up. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, just John, if that's gonna start next week. It might start next week where we get Wednesdays off versus Mondays. But I'm okay with them. I'm okay with Mondays. I'm okay. Y'all can keep Monday. And we'll take it for the rest of the week. Thanks. But all right, you guys, thank you all so much for being here. Again, like up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like ages. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel it.